Alright. We're good. Okay. So, I have a big project planned for today, and kind of been largely preparing for it. It's actually such a big project that I kind of don't really want to stream myself doing it, but, like, I don't want my streams to just devolve into me telling you guys about what I've done off camera. Speaking of which, let's talk about what I've done off camera. Okay, so, right, sword. So, at the end of last stream, I had my deployer here with my sword in it, facing up and smacking things. And I broke the deployer, which is above an absorption hopper, which has the contents of it piped into this chest, which has unstackable things, like my sword, moved to this chest, the contents of which are pumped into this trash can. My sword disappeared, and I think that's what happened to it. So I had to go out and make a new one. It sucks, but oh well. What can you do? Wither. Ah, right. The wither changes. Okay, so previously, I don't have that there. So previously, I was killing the wither with spell turrets. Um, it worked reasonably well, but well, it had issues. I figured out that I could easily move source two other dimensions by putting a jar on top of the thing, and then using the quantum entangler, or I guess they're just called entanglers, to entangle it, and then have a relay push source to the entangler, and that would fill the jar, which would allow me to shoot. And once I figured that out, there were a few other efficiencies in my source distribution system that once I figured out how to fix those, they were just minor things. I was actually able to run both the turrets that I had going. We're too close. I was actually able to run both the turrets continuously at 1 second intervals. So every second, two projectiles would be firing at the wither. And it didn't work nearly as well as the Tesla coils currently are, unfortunately, but it did work. There's a lot of downtime due to waiting for the Vengeance Spirit. So, let me just do this. Is this the... No, this is not the thing. Alright, I have caps lock. Actually, wait, I might actually already have that open here. I do not. That is a different project. Okay, so... Oop. Yeah, here we go. So I set up this script here, and all this does is it just looks for the wither itself. If it finds the wither, this returns true, otherwise not. So that's what I've got going to the things. If there's a wither, activate the coils via this redstone ring here that I've got. And if there isn't one, spawn in another one. Doesn't look at for any other entities, just withers in there. And you'll notice in the upper left, the model for wither is now self-aware. This is because I actually jumped in there and just killed the thing a whole bunch. I don't remember why I originally did it, but I kind of just kept going. And I had long since forgotten as to the why by the time I reached self-aware. So I still don't remember why I wanted to do that, but I did it. And now I have a self-aware model to show for it. I also noticed that the initial spawn and explosion that it does, that actually one-shots me. So the whole time I was holding Totems of Undying, and I discovered the advanced refill uh, upgrade for the backpack. You can select which slot it puts the thing into, so I just had it continuously putting a new Totem of Undying in my hand, and I just whack at it. Worked pretty well. And with that on, I pretty much just don't have to worry about dying ever again. But after I got the model self-aware, I looked at the source situation, and I was burning through about 500 jars worth of source every hour running this thing, which is more than I can sustain. I mean, I had enough to, I think I have like 1,200 jars of source, so like I could run it for a good while, but like I needed something else, something more sustainable. And racking my brains trying to figure out what it is, and I eventually came up with Tesla coils here, which actually work better than the source or the turrets. I don't have to provide them with any ammunition. They just require crap tons of power, and I have crap tons of power to provide, so that works out quite well. I need to make sure that this is still silk touched. Okay, good, good, good. Alright, every time I switch dimensions, there's a chance for the quarries to break. As well as that happens, I don't know what all the causes are. I have to periodically just check this, make sure it's still silk touching. Because if it's not, there's like a coin flip as to whether it's going to mine without any enchantments at all, or it's just going to void every block it comes across. Neither of which is ideal. Okay, so anyway. Crafting, yes. So next up on the list we have crafting here. You'll probably notice a lack of frogs in it. To make the Tesla coils, I needed to add a few things, and I kind of realized that the existing craft logistic system is just not very scalable. So I ripped it all out and replaced it with the applied energistics crafting thing. We have enough channels now that I don't really need to conserve them. And yeah, so now everything is done through applied energistics. It's a significantly better crafting system, pretty much in every way. So like, just use it. It's easier. It's better. It's faster. It doesn't require you to maintain a constant stock of crap. Yep. So let's rip that out, replace it. Although I don't really like the fact that I have a bunch of these like single recipe pattern providers, like a channel dedicated to just one recipe, but not much I can do about it. Yes. The bottler. Right, right. The bottler. So over here, I needed to, I needed, I needed top graphite plates. This this was kind of a pain in the ass to figure out. So, you needed hop dust for starters, which is not caused by that. It's takes 8 coke dust put into the industrial squeezer to get 1 hop dust. And I think, yeah. So I moved my coke oven over here and hooked it up to a pattern thing, so it can now make creosote oil and coke. The coke itself is smashed over here. The coke is smashed over here because it can be smashed with a spell and not much else. Let's see, just right here. Okay, yeah. You can either run it through a crushing machine, which I don't have, or you can crush it with a spell. So, crushing them with spells. Yes, so that goes through there, that turns into the hop dust. Now, turning the hop dust into a hop sheet requires the metal press and some creosote oil in a bottler. Getting the creosote oil into the bottler was not a problem. Like that was pretty straightforward. It has a slot for liquids. I'm using the functional storage to allow me to handle both a fluid and a solid from a pattern. Fluid thing has a pusher upgrade, which allows it to push its contents directly into the bottler. Works quite well. But getting the dust and the plate in here was a pain in the freaking ass to figure out. So, in a previous stream, I said that items on a belt are basically just like items that are on the ground. They can be easily just picked up if you're close to them. To prevent that, you can put a steel scaffolding over them and basically put them in a cage like this, and that prevents you from picking them up. That, however, does not seem to apply to items that are waiting. Took me quite a while to figure that one out. Because, like, it just looked like it was just spitting items into my inventory, and I could not figure out what the hell was going on. But I needed a magnet above the thing so that when it entered a state that it could be picked up, my magnet would not just automatically pick it up. Because the plate has to wait here for the dust to actually reach it, and then they both go in at the same time. Without that wait, it just doesn't work. And you can't put the pattern here and just pump things in directly, unfortunately. So I have it pumping items into this oak drawer, which are then getting pulled out by this extracting conveyor belt, and then the items kind of wait on the border between the belt and the bottling machine. Pain in the ass, but got it to work after quite a while. So from that, I can make Tesla coils now, and I could actually even make the railgun if I wanted. And I might do that at some point in the future. Not right now, though. I don't really have a reason to make it. So, let's see. I believe the mixer is up next. Yes, the mixer. So, with that, I had this idea for the mixer. I've kind of had the idea in my head for a while now, but I wanted to see if I could actually make it work now that I've switched over to an applied energistic system. Because lack of applied energistics connectivity was kind of one of the reasons why I was putting off working on this, making this work. So originally I was trying computer craft for this, and the idea is that we have the pattern provider here push the fluid and the solid into the functional storage. the functional storage thing drawer here would, with the pusher upgrade, would push the solids into the thing, and the fluids would go into this tank where it would just actually sit there and wait. And the system would look at it, note what fluid is in there, and then move the fluid into the mixer. And when the fluid in the mixer was not equal to the fluid that it started out with, that's when it knew it was done and ready to be pumped out. So that I was originally trying that with ComputerCraft, and ComputerCraft had an issue where it could not, it did not have persistent memory. The only way that I knew how to do that originally was to like use files, but I didn't want to write to a file every single time like the contents of this tank changed. So racking my brains, finally found one. It was actually pretty simple. Let's see, under advanced peripherals, I think it's called, we have a block. Not block reader, NBT storage. This solved my this beautifully solves my problem. Like, holy crap, this somebody else had the exact same problem and they made this block specifically for it. So what this does is this allows ComputerCraft to read and write to this block's NBT data, and you can store values in it. And those values will become persistent because every time like the chunk that it's in is saved, that NBT data will get saved with it. So you can have persistent data without hammering the hard drive. It's a beautiful solution. Like, it's amazing. Yes, love it. And with that problem solved, I built the system, and you'll notice that what I have here isn't ComputerCraft. That is because of two problems. So, like, the potions that are made by this are just immersive engineering potion. Like, each one doesn't have its own little liquid thing, which kind of makes sense, really. But in order to tell what kind of potion it is, you need to read its NBT data, which is not something ComputerCraft can do. So, to ComputerCraft, every single immersive engineering potion looks the exact same. It is all, for all intents and purposes, the exact same potion. I just realized my mic is peaking a lot, isn't it? I should probably turn that down a little bit. Let me just do that. Properties, no. No, that's mute. Advanced audio. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, let's try -5 for now. It's 5 decibels. 5 decibels lower. Testing. Okay. Testing. Okay, cool. We're not visiting the red zone when I'm just talking normally now. We're just kind of mid-yellow, which is good. Which is where it wants to be. Where I want it to be. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So we have that potion problem. Next, the next problem. ComputerCraft can. I had a modem on each of the ports, the input port and the output port. ComputerCraft could read the contents of the mixer. It could pipe fluids into the mixer, but it could not pull the fluids back out of the mixer. I don't know why. It's really weird. Like, I tried both the input and the output ports, and neither of them could it draw fluids from. So I was forced to kind of just tear the whole thing out and replace it with the this system, um, yeah, I just kind of realized I made a mistake with this system. Okay, so integrated dynamics here can in fact read both NBT data and it can pump items or pump fluids out of the mixer. So it's like a home run. And yep, so basically as I described, fluids go in. Oh, but it has a persistent memory issue, which is actually kind of solved by the deployer. So yes. So we have fluids go in. It looks at the contents of that, notes down on the contents of that, pumps it into the mixer. When the contents of the mixer do not match the contents of the source fluid, that lets it know that it's done, and it pumps it out. And when the mixer is completely empty, and the fluid that it originally had is no longer in the thing, so it's completely done, it clears its memory and goes for the next cycle. Yes. And as you can see, it has nothing in there right now. Yes. So let's have a look-see at the code and also explain why I am kind of realizing now that I messed up somewhere. I'm pretty sure this is probably 6. Yep. Okay, so first of all, we have our memory here. Now, interestingly enough, while integrated scripting or integrated dynamics, whatever it is more than happy to pass me a null, it cannot itself handle a null, which is rather interesting. So I have to return like empty strings when I want it to be cleared. So we start off here. If the delayer has length and a history, because when it initially starts, it has a length of 0, which is interesting. Yeah, so if it has a length and the item in its first slot, because that's honestly all we care about, is not equal to an empty string, in other words, we didn't return an empty string last time, then we come through and we look at the mixer contents. If there's anything in the mixer at all, then it just returns what was already in memory. Otherwise, if the mixer is empty, then we start looking at the holding tank, and if that contains a fluid that matches what we have in memory, then pass back what's in memory. Otherwise, if we have nothing in memory, then we look at the mixer. If the mixer has anything in it, then we don't return anything and it just remains blank. If the mixer is empty, then we look at the holding thing, and the first fluid that we get, we just return that thing. That's basically how the memory there works. Then we have import, so brain just kind of went fizzle there. All right, so so mem here is actually going to be the return of this function and not the contents of the layer. If that is not equal to an empty string, then we look at the contents of the holder of the holding tank. If anything matches what we have in memory, then push that into the mixer. I should probably mention we've got an array here. This is how it's pushing it. So it can actually theoretically push multiple things. So if there's like multiple tanks in the system that have a fluid that matches it, it can just push them all out at once and not rely on doing it one at a time or something. Just, yep. So pushes that. I should mention how it's pushing it. Okay, so we have exporter on this set to channel 0, I think it is. What channel are you? You're channel 0. Channel 0 is going to be this over here. So I have import and export on different channels, so that way they're not trying to pull. Weirdly enough, the fluid channels it almost kind of seem to ignore them with the importers. So I have importer and exporter on the mixer itself, and that seemed to fix it. Like originally, I was using exporters for both, but for some reason this kept exporting fluids from this interface, even though they were set to different channels. And I don't know what the deal is with that, but whatever. It's not doing it now. Yes. And I have it exporting a list, so it can actually do more than one fluid at a time in theory for both directions, in and out. Yes. Okay. No, make that visible. There we go. Okay, so yes. So that adds it to the list of things to be imported, and then we have the exporter here, which looks at the contents of the tank, and any fluid that is not equal to what we have in memory, add that to the list to be exported. And if the memory is just an empty string, then everything that's within the mixer gets added to the export list. So it just pushes it all out. Yes. And that works, but of course, as I said before, with the immersive engineering potions, they are all the same fluid, just with different NBT data. So I actually need to modify this to read the NBT data of the input fluid so that it can tell the difference between the potions. Probably gonna have to do that like on a per potion basis or something. Unless, I don't know, does NBT data contain... I don't think NBT data actually does contain amount. I think that's handled by a separate variable. So it might just be possible to just have it like attach the NBT data to the end of the string name, and that would probably do it. Maybe. Oh, no, because we're gonna have to actually like return full fluids and things like that. Well, I suppose we kind of are in a way. Anyway. That's something I'm probably gonna fix off camera. That's the mixture. Pneumatic craft, yes. So what I have planned for the project that we're going to be working on today, I don't know if we're actually going to get to a point where we're going to need it, but I'm going to need pneumatic craft in my I'm going to need pneumatic craft components as part of the build. So, well, more specifically, I'm going to need pneumatic craft drones. Now, I was debating about whether or not I should do the pneumatic craft stuff on stream or not, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because like 99% of it was just me sitting here waiting for things to finish, like for the plastic to make or for the boards to cook and other things. So, yeah. So this is kind of the final build. It's now integrated into Applied Energistics, so I can autocraft stuff. As you can see, I've also moved the Productive Metalworks things up here, and I've created 2 of them. This one is going to be for smelting materials, and this is going to be for alloying materials. The reason why I want those separate is because of an issue that actually occurred while I was making plastic. So for plastic, uh, so for molten plastic, you need to alloy biodiesel with molten carbon. So molten carbon you get from uh, charcoal. Yeah, there we go. Charcoal. You get 100 from charcoal, which the recipe requires 100 of that. It also requires 100 biodiesel. So if you're getting the molten carbon by shoving charcoal into the tank, while you're also shoving biodiesel into the tank, you can very easily wind up with a situation where the tank is full of biodiesel, and so it can't actually melt the charcoal into carbon. Yes, there's also another issue, volume expansion. So biodiesel 100 millibuckets, molten carbon 100 millibuckets together, 200 millibuckets input turns into a full bucket output. So it increases volume by five times, which means that you kind of have to handle alloying somewhat carefully. I've set this to just actually lock. Apparently I did not. I thought I did. Lock until the result is returned, which forces it to run a little bit slower, but will prevent it from dumping in its contents and not being able to get an output of any kind. You can push same pattern. Yes. Uh, for turning the liquid plastic into like plastic sheets here. Uh, Originally, I don't know. Oh, that's to make it. Okay. So you can do in-world stuff, or you can use like a chest with a thing on it, which is what I was trying to use for a while there. Created this rather elaborate thing that used a create spout to fill buckets, put those buckets into the chest with the frame on it. Do I have the frame on me? I do not. Why do I have 6 heat sinks? That's oh right. No. Okay. Yep. Uh okay, so we have where's the frame? Here's the frame. Heat frame. Oop. Okay, that's apparently to make one, not actually the heat frame itself. There's the heat frame. So basically, if you take chest, put heat frame on it, you can now connect this to some cold source, and it will freeze the contents in there. You can put buckets of molten plastic, and it'll turn those buckets of molten plastic into empty buckets and plastic sheets. So I had this elaborate crate thing where it was moving empty buckets out of the chest, uh, moving them back to the beginning where they would run through, have a spout fill up the bucket. The spout will only put 1 bucket's worth of fluid into any container, regardless of the container's size, which is annoying. So I just wound up using buckets. The buckets will then move, the full buckets will then move into the chest where they'll sit. It'll convert the molten plastic into plastic sheets and then pump out the bucket again. But after I got through all that and made crap tons of plastic sheets, I discovered that you could just use a casting table with a ingot cast to convert a bucket of molten plastic into plastic sheets, and that's so much better. Now, as for why you need plastic sheets, for some reason, all pneumatic craft recipes that use the pressure chamber and plastic require pneumatic craft plastic sheets specifically. I don't think you can even put in any other kind of plastic into the machine. Now, the regular crafting recipe ones, so I don't know. Do we have what what requires plastic? I have no idea. Do you require plastic? Yeah. So like recipes that go into the regular crafting table can handle either kind of plastic. So I just have them using the uh, Oratech plastic. Uh, so for pressure, I currently have two flux capacitors. These actually have not been used at all. They're just kind of here for the moment. Before I had advanced compressors, which I actually got from villages. And uh, was using them to supply the initial pressure of this system. Eventually, I set it up so that I have this advanced gauge here that emits when below 3. And so these will provide pressure when the pressure drops below 3 bar. Uh, I was trying to get like passive pressure generation going. Was originally had one of these things. These are entangled blocks that go to hot and cold arrays. Like one hot array is in another. I have a cold array that's kind of in some frost peaks. You know, we can go look at those real quick. So, right. Okay. Just really confused there for a moment. So this is my frozen array. Um, doesn't quite work as well as I'd like it to. Apparently I missed a heatsink. Oh, come on. These guys are annoying. What was that sound? I don't know why there were bells just now. Alright, heat. Let's see. Actually, you know, I have some on me. I can just use these. Boop boop. How about the other side? I did get the other side. Okay. Now, this doesn't quite maintain it as cool as I'd like it to be, which is unfortunate. As you can see, this one is -11, like its neighbor is -25. Need to figure out how to increase the efficiency and rate of heat dispersion, probably through more entangled blocks. And then we have the one and another. This is actually right underneath my vibranium miner. And pretty much same thing. 0.8. Oh, that's the heatsink temperature. This one does a better job maintaining its heat than the cold variant. Oh, another minor thing. Oop, I don't know. Right next to another fortress. I do have another miner right down here. This is for netherite or ancient Brius. Kind of made that actually a number of streams ago. I just never showed it because it was a pain in the ass to get to and not really worth it because that's literally all there is to it. All right. I guess that's pretty much it. Just my hot and cold arrays. Now I've shifted through dimensions. So is this broken? What's? Oh wow, that is amazing. Okay, been having real issues with just the quarries breaking really easy. So I tried to get a purely passive build here. As you can see, it has a maximum rating of 10 bar, which is pretty amazing. 10 bar for free would be absolutely mind-boggling. And well, let's see. So as you can kind of see, it's not really all that great as is. Like, I don't know why there's such wild temperature differences between these guys. Shouldn't be, since these are all connected to the same blocks. Oh, yeah. I should probably mention I was just using so many entangled hot and cold blocks that I created dedicated forks for the hot and cold. So these are pretty much all the exact same ones. So all the hot blocks go to the same location. You can see the coordinates don't change at all. All the cold blocks go to the exact same location. And these don't, as it is, does not really provide a whole lot. It provides a little bit more than nothing, but like, not entirely sure that it's really worth building this system out. I mean, obviously, it's been quite some time, and as you can see, it's gotten the pressure above 3, and it's still climbing a little bit. Let's see. I did notice that there's a vortex tube, which allows you to create hot and cold sides, basically a sort of thermal pump that uses air pressure. And that seemed like it would be the perfect fit, so I stuck 4 of them onto one, attached the hot blocks on, or attached the hot and cold blocks onto the other sides of the vortexes, and hooked it up. And quickly discovered that the vortexes create more, or consume more air pressure than the um, thermal compressor is able to produce, regardless of temperature. I thought maybe if I increased pressure up enough, there would be some sort of natural threshold where it started to produce more air pressure than it consumed, but no, it does not seem to be the case. And after a bit of Googling, it looks like they intentionally made it so that was not the case. Huge bummer, but oh wow. You'll probably notice that I have these advanced pressure tubes here over them. That is because the thermal compressor can at most handle 10, whereas these tubes can handle 20. So I put these advanced pressure tubes and installed a module expansion card in them all, which I have set to just 0 because there's no need for air pressure to go back. And I have security upgrades to make sure that none of my pressure producing things explode. So these things will get up to 10 bar, and then well, they'll kind of just stop. If the system itself produces more than 10 bar, it won't backflush into them and destroy them. Yes. I use these things very liberally. Let's see. We have the pressure chamber up here, which I've put 25 volume upgrades in. That way they have lots of air to deal with, lots of crafting potential. And it also has an advanced pressure tube here set to 4.9 bar, which is just a little bit less than what the pressure chamber can handle. Yes. And this is essentially a sort of capacitor, or yeah, just basically a capacitor. So it'll fill up, it will maintain the pressure internally to match the external pressure here. And I've noticed that, I've noticed the air pressure here flows quite slowly through the tubes. Right, let's see, what is the air pressure over here? Okay. So it's pretty consistent just simply because these things produce very little actual air pressure. But like when I was running the advanced compressors, I was getting situations where over here I had like 3 bar and over here I had less than a bar. And like I'd go down there and just see the very extreme gradient across the entire pipe network where I'd have high pressure areas and low pressure areas, which is not how I think it should work, but probably hitting some sort of limitation with the pressure mechanics. Probably trying to make it a little too realistic. Yes. So I have one of these things set to whatever the pressure that the machines can handle, so that they're never ever overflowed. Now this one actually requires needs to be cooked, needs higher temperature, but I currently don't need it for that, so no, I'm getting out of order here. So this one needs heat. So I have a vortex tube down here with a block to the nether under it. So it'll push the heat from the nether side into this, and that can actually get really, really quite hot. But as I currently don't need it, I have the pressure tube going to the vortex tube. Currently set to 0, so it's effectively just not on. Yes. Over here, I was originally just going to have one machine with both laser and drill using a laser drill program. But apparently, if you do that, you kind of cut yourself out of some recipes because some recipes only require a drill or some recipes only require a laser. And I'm not explaining this well. So, let's look at PCBs. So PCB, unassembled PCB. It needs a laser. No, this was a really bad example. Tubes. Here we go. This ought to be the good tube, or the good example. So, advanced pressure tubes made. You make 8 advanced pressure tubes from 20 pressure chamber valves using a laser program. The pressure chamber valves are made. You get 20 of them for a block of compressed iron using the drill program. And you can actually have them kind of combined with the drill laser program. It'll go directly from compressed iron blocks to pressure tubes, which kind of neat. But if you just have one machine that has both these things and goes from that to that, then you can't like get valves and things like that. So having 2 of them is slightly more flexible and essentially achieves the same results. So I just have 2 here. Yes. One for drills, one for lasering. Gets me everything that I need. Hopefully. I believe so. Okay, well. I think that's effectively everything. Just double check. It is. Okay. So, next, my plan for today. As we can see, originally I was thinking Chimera Farm, and I started kind of doing little experiments for that. I summoned a Chimera here in the corner. I wanted to see what would happen if I just summoned it in a 3x3 box. And the answer is that an Enderman will come and drop off grass and flowers. Apparently. Okay, so what apparently happens is it actually breaks the blocks around it, and this actually kind of shows us how far it goes out. So if I just built a container to house it in that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks from the center here in probably all directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 in all directions. Then I could probably build a container to easily just trap the thing in there and kill it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. But I don't really need Wilden tokens for anything really yet. I don't really need a whole lot of Wilden tokens, and I don't really need them for anything right now. It's more of a fun thing to do than actual practical application. So, what I do need, however, are carts, draconic carts. These things. These things drop from dragons, from killing the Ender Dragon. And I'm not getting them from the jar. So we need to build a dragon farm. That's that is the next project here. Dragon farm. This is gonna be a pain in the ass. It is very tempting to just use the hostile network thing because you just place a block, you pump things into the block, you pump things out of the block, and that is probably how I will go about things eventually. Like when I really need lots of nether stars. How many nether stars do I have now? I have like 3,000. That's a pretty decent number. But should kill the. I could use the hostile network thing to get more dragon hearts, draconic hearts. I believe you can get them through there. But that's not nearly as fun as like building a proper dragon grinder. So we're gonna be building a proper dragon farm, a proper dragon grinder, and just grind out the dragon. Is it's broken yet? It is not. Okay. Well. Now, I'll be frank, I really don't want to build this thing on camera. This is going to be rather large, rather complex, in many ways kind of annoying, and I'm not sure it would be good for streaming content. But at the same time, I don't want my streams to just be me talking about things that I've done off camera. Even if I can spend an hour talking about things that I've done off camera. But so we just gotta do it. We just gotta do. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. Okay, so for starters, we need to know exactly where the dragon spawns in. Get rid of that. Brick. Do that. Uh, Turn on my immortality thing. So, where exactly does this dragon spawn in at? This is probably something I could easily just look up online, but I'm pretty sure it's not that high up that it spawns in. It's probably like around 128 or something. That'd be my guess. 128. Okay, so uh, and we're still give me 3 more of these things here. And you know, while we're at it, just go ahead and make a stack of these things. We're gonna need a lot of them. Okay, so really hate that step height. It's way too much. So it looks like it appears right here. Did I say this was? Is this 128? No, no, it's slightly higher than that. Okay, so it is 128 exactly. Okay. And it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 blocks. Okay. Can I just kill this guy here? Am I powerful enough to just kill him? Can I just out-damage his healing? I think he's intentionally destroying that. That's interesting behavior. Interesting. So, because I killed him without taking out his end crystals are still there. That is interesting. And for some reason, we just have 2 dragon eggs. Here. Okay. Sure. Are those 2, like, always there? Because it's clearly not this one. We're gonna have to figure out how to deal with that, too. Oh, God. Yep, I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal with that as well. Alright. Do I go in after it or do I wait for later? We'll wait for later. Screw it. We're about to get more eggs and we know what to deal with. Okay, so up to 128. Oop, oop. Stupid lag. So this is the highest I can set that up. And it's 4 blocks space, so if we put like a stasis thing here. Oop. Stasis. There we go. So if I like throw a stasis chamber right here, it will be safe from the initial spawn in. But not permanently so. Okay, so does does the Ender Dragon delete blocks when he spawns in? Or do they drop? Let's. What would be a good block to test with? Probably breaks them without fortune. My guess. Yeah, Otherworld. 1, 2, 3, 4. Otherworld's pretty cheap and abundant one. And if I have 4 blocks of Otherworld in my inventory, I'll know they came from the dragon. Full mana, so I can do that shoot thing again. Oh, interesting. We got a different result that time. It's 127 now. Oh, okay. Well, that is interesting. Just kill him before he takes out this tower thing. That'd be great. Just a little more. Information I have to work with, the better off I'll be. Oh, that's interesting. Heart dropped up here. Okay. And I saw the egg drop. So on death, it just randomly drops an egg in addition to the egg here. That's kind of interesting. Where did this egg go? I don't see where that egg went. Wait, why is it over here? Doesn't matter. Just scoop it up. Okay. Okay, so already we've discovered that the range that it operates on is not what I previously thought. See, did it drop otherworldly blocks or otherworldly wood? It did not. So everything that was caught by it was completely destroyed. And had I acted upon my previous information, I would have lost my stasis chamber. Hmm. Oh, I should have done that. I forgot to do that. Crap. Okay, so we had two otherworldly logs there. I had 4 placed down. So if we had here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if I remove these ones here, so that was 3 high. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so essentially I need just to do a bunch of different fights here. somewhat tempted to try to use like a turret or something, but I don't think that would do enough damage to the thing. All right. So let's do this. Do this. Do this. Doesn't matter that they're not the same size. I just kind of want to see what the bounding area is for the thing that I'm going to have to cover here. It might not actually be the initial spawning that causes him to break it, so like what might happen is that he spawns in and then when he moves it breaks the blocks around him. That could very well be. All right. Oh, you know what? I should have had them be different colors, not all the same one, so that I could easily just like take a screenshot at the moment it spawns in to get the information that I want. Okay, so it's actually not that big. God damn it. Every time I get close to him, I lag out a bit. Where'd he go? There he is. Just burning through all of my mana. Get back here. Why can't I hit you? No, don't destroy all that. God damn it. My usable information gone. Oh well. Probably not a whole lot I can do with that anyway. We saw that the plus was there still, so 127 was a safe spot. Alright. So we still have this here. One moment. I'll be right back. I have to go blow my nose. Anyway, so I'd hate to declare 127 to be safe and then find out that it's not. Let me just build that in the wrong spot. I did, but whatever, it's fine. I'm using these blocks because they're freaking cheap. Oh, that was too far. You know what, that's fine. That is fine. Fine, that is. I want to know more than anything is just how consistent that is. You know what? There's like an arm thing that lets you reach further. I've never made one before. I have absolutely no idea how they work. But like right now, that extra reach would be kind of somewhat handy. Alright, so how do I make one? Okay, that's interesting. We'll just go do that then. Okay, so oop, wrong thing went in there. I should probably have a recipe for making more of these things. What is with all the... Oh, it's probably because I'm streaming. My laptop struggles with Minecraft as is, let alone streaming with it. Oh, speaking of which, I now have everything in my apartment. Woot. So I will have access to my computer soon. I just have to figure out which boxes all the parts are in. Been looking, but I've not found a few of the parts yet, which sucks. I know they're here, but somewhere. Um, so I don't know why I came back over here. So they're in here somewhere. I just don't know where that somewhere is. Okay, so really, you're not gonna connect to it? Okay, well that was an interesting result there. Oh, because it's a pig gear with the yeah, okay, yeah, that makes total sense. That big gear is already spinning at 256. Try to put a small gear onto it, would make that 512, which is faster than the thing can actually handle. So, but that makes perfect sense. I just need to find a small gear. Small gear, small gear. There we go. Small gear. Okay, and What was the recipe for it? It was... how high was that? Yeah. 5 high. Okay, with 2 on the sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With 2 on the side. 1, 2. 1, 2. Try that again. 1, 2. There we go. Okay, and now we're looking at brass hands. Wait, what kind of sticks were those? Were those just regular sticks? Yeah, those are just regular sticks. So, need brass hand. Need a precision thingy. Because it's not create anymore, because it's not the create logistics system anymore, it will not automatically make more of those things. Which is good, because I don't really necessarily want it to just maintain a stock of them. Okay. Brass. Brass and sticks. Okay. Stick, 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 stick. Brass. Precision. This. I have absolutely no idea how this thing works. Greatly increases reach distance of the wielder. Can be powered with air pressure from back tank. Okay. When offhand, increases reach distance of items used in the main hands. Durability? Wait, this thing breaks? I'm kind of worried now. Whatever, we'll give this a shot. I'm kind of suspecting I'm probably not going to like this if it's going to work the way it suggests that it does. I was just thinking of something I could make and it would increase the distance of my reach and I could use it to place blocks a bit further away. That was so much easier. How's my power situation look? We're good. Okay, what are you at? 128 this time. So it seems to be sometimes between 128 and 127. Indeed, it does use durability. That's unfortunate. Oh, I'm knocking the thing back. Oh man, that made it so much faster. How much durability does this thing have? 200, and I went through almost 20 of it. And we got ourselves a stack of dragon eggs there. That's interesting. One there. Out of the way. Not use durability. Okay. Oh. I need to... do this. Okay. The whole point is we're trying to figure out exactly where the safe height is. Currently 127. It's like my best bet here. Probably get away with just a few more dragon fights to get our sample data. And question. Can I damage it? No, I cannot. It's just there. Wait, what am I doing? I need to... Fuck off, dragon. I'm trying to figure out how high this thing is. 128 again. Okay, so I think we're good if I just put the thing at 127. Should be fine. And by that, I mean put it down in such a way where if I'm standing on it, I'm at 127. Oh, come on. Stupid lag. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Sure, collect all the drops. Hmm. I wonder about slabs. Could I throw down a slab and would it be safe? Oops. Oh, damn it. I didn't realize it was right there. Yeah. Okay. Is this using durability? 133, 132. It is. Okay, well. So what I want is stasis chamber here. Oh boy, okay, so stasis chamber go there. Need to power it. Okay, that's powered. So what happens now? Stasis chamber is there, it's powered. Can it capture the dragon? Yes, I would say that was effectively captured. Interesting. Okay, so it's dead, but it's maintained in its death state because it's captured. So I actually have to turn this off in order for it to properly die. Interesting. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, well. Uh, speed upgrades, isn't there? Like, our speed upgrades. Alright, I need to go make some speed upgrades for this thing because it needs to go a lot faster. Got enough for now. Gonna need to automate the creation of that at some point though. Let's see, is this the right one? Yes, it is. Okay. Wait, what did I have there? Did I already have a speed thing in there? I don't think I did. No, those are range upgrades. Okay. Everything good here? Everything's good. I'm gonna go get some more water. I'll be right back. I'm back. So, right. Okay, we need to go back to the end portal. This thing broken? Oh, it's not. Okay, good. Um, speed. Get a tier 2 speed thing. All right, so we need a block to stand on. Okay, so I need this thing. Oh, right. So about once a second. Good. Cannot risk the Ender Dragon escaping the stasis. So just gonna fail that. Ooh, like that one. Okay. Okay, should capture him immediately. That looks like a good capture to me. Gonna have to do this a few more times just to make sure that we got it. Must be turned off. So I can properly die. Good, it doesn't destroy any more blocks once it's dead. Okay. Turn this back on. How much power is that thing chewing through? Okay, it looked like it was significantly more than I guess it actually was. Do we have a tower of... Yeah, we just got a tower of eggs forming. That's kind of funny. Okay. Out of me way. God damn it. Let's try that again. Okay. Ooh. Thought my game crashed for a moment there. Boom, instantly captured. Love to see it. Okay. And I have to turn this off so that it can die proper. Okay, let's do this a couple more times. And then I think we'll be ready to move on to the next step here. So that air tank. Doesn't look like it goes into a Curo slot. Alright, well. Don't want to get trapped myself. It's funny how it just poops out an egg like that. Oh, right, I gotta turn the thing off. Okay. I think one more time and we'll be able to declare this good. Oh, you know, I forgot to test this with like a slab there. Well, I suppose we probably don't have to worry about the egg falling onto it. Oh, right, need to turn this off. Okay, okie dokie. So, we're gonna need a couple of things here. We're going to need an entity sensor. Since we are capturing it pretty consistently in one spot, we probably don't need an array like we did with the Wither. Hoping that's the case at least. I don't really want to make another array like I had to make for the Wither. I'm gonna need to. Well, I can't make it all into a single column. All right, I really need to test this with slabs. Slabs. I got a whole bunch of these cobble slabs. Let's burn through some of them. Okay, so nope. Well, technically, all I'm really interested in would be like kind of this space here. Can I build like slabs here and just have them completely safe? Let's try it. Let's just see what happens if I have these slabs here. Wait. Oh, I almost forgot to turn that back on. Oh, that would have been bad. Oh, that would have been real bad. Does it always come in facing the same direction? Oh, hey, it destroyed that block, or maybe I can't remember. Okay, so slabs so far, a-okay. I don't know what that line is. Oh, those are waypoints. Okay, never mind. Perfect capture. Slabs are safe. See, now I'm curious. With the perfect capture, will it actually damage the blocks? Oop, I need to actually turn that off. Oh, also that was not facing the same direction. Okay. So I guess that answers that question. Just curious what happens if I... Well, that wasn't exactly where I had intended for them to go, but that's fine. Slabs so far safe. So what happens to the blocks there? Pretty sure I turned the thing back on. Yeah, it's on. Okay. So what will happen to the blocks on spawning? Okay, they instantly disappeared. And the slabs, still safe. Okay. Do it one more time. And then I think we can declare those slabs to be more or less safe there. Another one for the portal. Okay, I think we can clear that reasonably soon. Okay. Now, the reason why I want slabs here is if the egg or something like that pops in here, it will land on here and get itemized. So it to be dropped later on. Also gives me a little bit more space to work with here. Because next we're going to be using integrated dynamics to automate this whole process. Need a redstone thingamajig. Need some cables. Need let's get monodirectional ones for now. I need 2 of them at least. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna have this. For now, I'm just gonna use this to power it. Eventually, I'm probably going to want okay, that need an entity reader. Entity reader. There. Need variables. Wait a minute. Oh, that's just single item entity. Okay, okay. Gonna want a display. Actually, gonna want this display here. Well, we already know what we're gonna get, so I guess there's no real reason to have that. I need all these things here. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. That for the moment. Gonna try to use the That's interesting. I didn't. That's weird. Okay, it's not working now. So why can't I get it to move parts? I can get it to save the position, but that's weird. Okay. Screw it. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay. No, actually, I do need that display there, don't I? Because I'm gonna need to make sure that. So when you break things with the wrench here, which it's supposed to do, which for some reason it's not doing. Wait a minute. Does that mean that everything's broken? Okay, that's not broken. So it could be that we're just dealing with some sort of break, but it's not the quarry, so it's not super important, I guess. Oh, I have those on me. I don't need those on me. Okay, so entity. That's not. There we go. We need one of these. Okay. Toss that into there. Believe that I can see things from holding a wrench. Our offsets. Let's go one, or no, 1, 2, say 3. Part offset is +3. Yeah, okay. Should be at 128. Okay. You know what? Let's get a dragon in here so we can experiment on the dragon. Having a live dragon to actually look at might be beneficial. So many eggs now. Is this thing on? I really hope this thing's on. It is. Good, 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 good. I at least remember to do that. Captured. Good, 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 good. We have Unknown and Ender Dragon. Unknown is probably some sort of effect. The Ender Dragon is what we're interested in. Okay, good, good, good. So that is, in fact, reading them. Okay, okay, okay. So now we want this here, there. Want a unidirectional thing there. Okay. And now everything like below, we're gonna actually just need to clear all this out. Okay. Torches here, there. Yeah, while I'm doing this, we don't really need the dragon here. I can just kill it real quick and turn that off so we're not draining power for no reason. Okay. I should be using a builder. That's what I need. I need a builder. Actually, I probably have one on me, don't I? I do indeed. Do I have a quarry card for it? It probably already has one in there. That's a pump card. Do I not have a quarry card for it? There's no way, right? I've got to have a quarry card. Quarry. I don't have a quarry card for it. How did that happen? Okay, well, that's interesting. No, I've got to have one. Like, I'm just not seeing it. Actually, I could just worry. really don't have a quarry card. Did it wind up in one of my other bags? No. No, it did not. Okay, well, that's unexpected. I guess we'll be making another quarry card. This is actually the one that I meant to make. There we go. Okay. Down the builder. Where did I put that builder? Wait. Do I have multiple builders? Okay, there it is. That's where it was. Okay. I had two builders. Forgotten about that. Okay. Do that. And I'm going to center it on this thing. It's technically like one block or something. Yeah. So, uh, what Y level is this at? We're at 50. So, if I go, let's say 20 blocks up. Let's go 20 blocks up, so 30, and then kind of do a 51 and say 21 and 21 space. Uh, the Y looks good, but maybe a bit more on the X and Z. Let's go 40, 41, 41. Yeah, that looks like a much better space. Okay. All right, and I need an ender chest. Do I have one on me? I have one in my bag. Uh, ender chest. I got one here. That will do. Oh, and power. I also need power. Power would probably be a good thing. You don't need to display that anymore. Okay, so where is this gonna? There it is. What the hell? Okay, okay, no, that's part of a different chunk. Okay, okay, that explains that. I thought I'd missed this area, but no, no, we're good. Wonder though, do the eggs teleport away, or what happens to them when they're mined up like that? I probably should have stuck my bag on it just to find out, but I didn't think to. It's not far enough down. I'll let it finish its current run and then I'll move it down a bit. What was with the bedrock pillars there? I didn't expect those. Bedrock pillars might actually cause me issues when I think about it. Really hope not. Yeah, this was much better than manually digging this out. And I think I do actually need to go a little bit bigger here on X and Z, so I'll be with the next revision. All right. Wait, it's still going? I thought it was done. It looks done to me. Okay, it's done now. Okay, let's drop this down, let's say 5 blocks. So that would be 46, 46, and I'm going to increase the size of this. Let's go 61 by 61. Why isn't it going down? Did I screw up? How did I screw up this? How did I screw this up? How did I screw that up? Oh, 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 okay. This is the one I needed to drop 5 blocks. So that would be 27. I edited the wrong box. That's what happened. Okay, that's looking better. What the hell? I mean, Silk Touch there is working, and I did see an end block there, so maybe it's fine, maybe we're good. I really hope it's not destroying the blocks. I saw some endstone there, so yeah, we're probably good. We're probably good. Is just pulling it out super fast. I hope that's the case, and that it isn't broken again. Yeah, I'm gonna go use the bathroom while it does this. I'll be right back. I'm back, and I see this thing is not done yet. Well, it looks like we found the bottom of the pillars there. That's good. Thought they might have gone down a lot further than that, but well, Mainly the tops are going to be an issue. Because when I hit the dragon egg, there's a possibility it could spawn in on top of this, which would not be good. Might be able to just get away with like putting slabs on top of them or something. How tall are these blocks? They are 1, 2, 3. It's hard to count bedrock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tall. Okay. So if I put a void hopper on the bottom of that, that could just barely reach. Well, actually, if I'm putting things at the level of this, then I should probably actually go one higher than that even. I think I can make this work. Slab. We're gonna need a fair amount of slabs here. So kind of what I'm thinking is slabs on top of this. Like kind of a region of slabs around so that when the egg gets hit, it goes over there. Though, what to do about it spawning above the portal? That is an issue that's going to have to be addressed for it to not go through the portal if possible. Maybe gates. I don't have a thing to just auto make gates for me. When this finishes, I'll jump through the portal and set that up. Looks like it's about done. Okay. Hope it didn't miss any spots. I didn't actually check to see if it was done. I just broke the thing. Alright, alright. So, woo. Burst of lag. Okay, okay, so... Yeah, actually I could just do this. Still good on that front. Oops. In portal. Alright. So... Oops. Need several of these gates here. How many do we need actually? So 8 plus 9, that'd be 17. So I need 15 more. 15 more of these things. Excuse me? What? Okay. I have to fix that. The hell is an alpha plank? Okay, that's weird. Looks just like a regular plank. That explains why there was two recipes there that were identical. Okay, so I need 15 of these things. Okay. Hmm, I need 3 more. Okay, apparently I apparently screwed up my math somewhere on that. Okay, I should have a good number of eggs to test out on. I thought I would have more than 19, but you know what, that's fine. I don't know if that went through the portal, but that shows that it can go in an upward type direction. Did that go through the portal? I guess if it didn't, it would be in my inventory, wouldn't it? I have 16 in my inventory, so it's really hard to tell if there were any in my inventory. Okay, so we're gonna just do this. That went there. No idea where that one went. Not sure where that one went either. Doesn't really matter, honestly. That one went back to my inventory. Okay, so we got one in the bag. Okay, you know what? I don't think this is actually going to work out too well as a test. So we're just kind of scattering them here. Gotta dig this all up. Yeah, no, this was a really bad test. And probably not even what I should be working on right now anyway. What the hell? I don't have a torch that was there. Okay, I think that's all the eggs recollected. All right. Um, nope, nope, those are. Oh, right, it would have gone in here. Yes, okay, that makes sense. Okay, just going and fill up my holes here. We have nice pristine space again. Okay. Okay, so need a lot more slabs. Slabs. Should be a good number of slabs. Need the compact machine thingy. Uh, just maintain a stack of that on me. Okay. And I'm gonna go replace the cobble slabs up here with the nicer ones. There we go. Okay, and here. Builder. Oh, I need to select slabs. Okay. That's too far away. Okay, well, it's fine. Actually, what am I doing? We have the freaking builder. I can use the builder. No, I kind of want to have this out here. Okay. Move it here and boop. Perfect. Okay. Yes. Builder. I have it in here. I do indeed have both of them in here. That is there. Is that into there? Where's my build shake card thing? Yes. Oop. Try that again. This one. To here. Um, chest. There we are. Chest. Okay. And all this in here. Okay. Okay. Oh, right. Power. I also need it to be powered. There we go. Oh, there it is. Okay, okay. I just didn't see it doing things. Did it run out? Did we run out? We ran out. Okay. Kind of makes sense, really. All right, so if we do this, and then smack this here, we get 61 by 61. Okay, that would be 61 times 61 minus 1024. 2,697. 2,697. Take it a few moments. What was that sound? That's weird. I have no idea what made that sound. Okay. Awesome. Got a little left over. That's annoying, but not really a huge issue. Okay, there we go. So this should make for much better testing. Actually, let me just put the slabs here. Well, yeah, that's not really a huge issue. I can just smack it if they go up there, and then that will let me know if I really need to actually. Huh. Did that one go under? Oh, that would suck. That went under. It went under. God damn. Okay. Okay, so this is too high up. Oh boy. All right, so how are we going to address this? I saw another hole here that I missed. Did. Okay. So this is too high up. That's better than 3 high up, I guess. Okay, this is shape card there. Yes, okay. So, Ori, okay. This does mean it's going to remove the gates, though. That's annoying, but oh well. Anyway, I don't know how much space this is all going to take up. So just gonna do this sort of thing here. Puts that in there. I think I forgot the power. There it is. Right. Okay, well that does that. I'm gonna actually want to reduce this by 1. Okay, cool. And this held it all? Yep. Okay, and now we put in the shape card. Okie dokie. Gates. All right. Okay, that one went over to there. Okay, so far so good. I think that one went through the portal. Did it? We had... I can't remember how many we started with. I thought we had 33, but we still have 33, so if it went through the portal... Where'd that one go? Oh, I see it. It's over here. Did it go under? It went under. Okay, so this is not high enough. Or it's too high still. Okay, where's that builder at? There it is. Okay. So the idea is I don't want the eggs to have anywhere to go other than on top of one of these slabs where it will be itemized and can be easily scooped back up. Okay. Oh, we're actually going to need some more slabs. Okay. Is this low enough now? God damn it. Shouldn't have done that. I don't know where those two got off to. There's one. Oh, there's a ravine here. That's inconvenient for me. Doesn't seem to be an egg in here though. Oh, there it is. I sees it. I sees it. Okay. Now, I cannot remember what I was doing before I fell into the portal. Right. I was going to make a sort of pillar thing for me to stand on. I'm not just sitting there with my hover pack hovering. Okay, so I have 29 here. 40 total. Okay. Oh, well, I don't know if that went into the fence gate or what. Where'd that one go? Did I go under? Are we still too high up? We're still too high up? Okay. Another possibility isn't that we're too high up, but rather the ground here is too high up. All right, well, I don't think the egg actually checks to see if it's got anything under where it's dropping. It's just dropping somewhere. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't be dropping into portals. So if I had void there, that would not be good. I just need to have slabs low enough down that the eggs will always go on top of it when smacked. Done? Okay. Interesting. What? What? Okay. I think we're still too high up. I think that's what that is an indicator of. Need to drop this down one more. Drop this down one more. That was an interesting and unexpected result there. It also does kind of give an interesting possibility of the egg just being able to sit on top of one of the slabs there. So slabs are not necessarily making this safe. All right, we have 40 eggs. Oh, it's over here. Okay. Heard the thing go. Actually, I should turn up the volume here just so I can make sure I hear it. Ooh, I almost fell through the portal there. Okay, I don't think I was onto the things there. So far, so good. Oh, went over to there. I thought the ender particles were an indicator of where it's going. It doesn't seem to be the case always. I like how it's making ender particles over there, but who knows where it actually wound up. Oh, it went over here, so it went in almost the opposite direction. So far, things are looking pretty good here. Worried I'm going to fall through that portal by accident. Yay. Okay. 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 So we're still too high up, I think. Where did that even go? That might have gone under. Yeah, it did. Okay. I'll just clear this out then. Let's see, how much more space do we have to work at under here? Not really a whole lot. I'm probably gonna have to lower this again. Yeah. In fact, let's just do that. Uh, let's make this 5 tall. Subtract 5 from that. How high up is this? 1, 2, so I need to drop down 2. $17. Let's hit this with a cardboard box. Oh, they've changed that. Oh, interesting. 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 Well, okay, well, screw it then. What? That's interesting. Okay, so we shall use. Yeah, just plop. That is not what I meant to do. This needs to be turned off. Put that there. Okay, and now turn this on. Okay, that proves that it is working. Not bugged out, which is good. I suppose that wasn't really a worry since it just moved all those slabs. Oh, yes, and also the shape thing. Oop, 12. Have issues. Issues gonna have. What the hell? Seriously, dude. Wish there was a way to make this go even faster. We'll actually bypass that. Lock this down here. Bypass that. Plop this down here. Bypass that. There we go. That is at the theoretical limit. It is now, we're now pumping in more power than it's actually able to use. What the hell? Fuck off. Do I have one of those charm things? Charm. Let's go get an Enderman charm. Where's Old Home? There it is. Of course, because the end is not chunk loaded, that thing is not still digging out territory while I'm doing this. So that was kind of dumb of me to do, but oh well. Charm. Ender. There we are. Bottle. Ah, there we are. It's not there. Yeah, go ahead and make me one of these Ender charms. And can pumpkins be grown in pots? Pumpkin. Use. I imagine they can be. They can, in fact, be. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and add a couple more pots to this then. Pot. Maybe two more of these things. Melon. Does this make melons or okay, it makes both essentially. Pots. Neck. Boop boop. I'm also going to need dirt. Dirt. Boop boop. There. 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 Okay, and now we need a drawer. Three of them, in fact. I'll just put those there. One up here. Oh, come on, get up. No, no, no. Stop, stop. Come on, lag. Okay. Got serious frame droppage going on here. Okay, pumpkin here. That. There, that there, that there. Cool, cool. It's already set up to the right one. Okay, yep, that's correct. That is all correct. Okay. There. And I'll check up on that again later on to get the full ones. Charm. My Enderman charm thing here. So I'm not having to deal with Enderman. Okay. Silk Touch still working on that, which is good. What the hell? Why didn't this charm work? Do I need to activate it? Okay. Okay, is this thing done? It is done. Okay, that is pretty alright. Next, we need this thing here. Pretty sure I already set this. Oop, we're not building that. Fucking Enderman. Fuck you. Alright. You know what I just realized? I can't have slabs all the way around here because I need to put the end crystals on the things here. Oh, that's a problem for later. That looks like it's probably done. Get up there. Get up there. Up there. Yeah, it's good. We're good. We're good. We're good to resume the testings. Oh, right there. Okay. So, 40. Okay, I believe that's all of them accounted for so far. Yep, okay. Alright, I think I should just kind of do these in batches and not continuously check to see if they dropped. Okay, so that should be one unaccounted for. Because, yep, it's right here. Where did that go? Right there, okay. Put slabs, actually. Slabs here. Oh, God damn it. Okay. One I counted for. I saw one hit the go to where the gate is. I don't know if it went through. Did I go under? See anything under, so maybe not under. Okay, it must have gone through the portal. That shows the fence gate idea doesn't quite work out the way I'd wanted it to. Did it go through as an egg or as a item? It went through as an egg. Okay. Oop, oh, I need to get torch under there before I break this. Okay. Where is home? There we go. Okay, just to make sure this isn't broken. Okay, I'm seeing raw ores there. Good, 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 good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, so well, and do fix this. Just put more gates down. More gates. I can put more gates. Oh, you know what just occurred to me? When the M crystals explode, it could cause these blocks to break. Oh, we should test that. Freak. Okay. Okay. We're gonna test that. We're gonna test to see what happens to these blocks when I do that, because the end crystal could cause them all to just freaking break. That was interesting looking. Alright. Okay, where's my end crystals? Do I have them in here? I do. Remain here, so if it breaks, they'll just go into my inventory. Oh, Well, it's catching those on fire. That's not something I expected. Oh, shit. Okay. That was not something I expected at all. Oh, crap. And the whole thing is respawned in. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. That sucks. Oh, God. That's going to make things significantly more difficult for me. Okay. This, whatever mod is putting this in, might have just made my job impossible. Fuck. Because now... God damn it. Okay. Alright, well... Ah, shit. Okay. Well, I'm really glad I didn't start building the circuitry that was going to be involved in this. Mm, well, shit. Ah, shit. How am I going to deal with this? Like, there's too many surface areas for me to block the eggs from spawning on. How do I deal with the eggs? I... How do I deal with all of this? It didn't just break the blocks as I had initially worried about it. Well, I just rebuilt the entire temple thing. Oh, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, so a couple of ways that I could deal with this. I could use integrated dynamics user emulator to essentially go through every single block within a space and smack it with a sword, which would guaranteedly disturb the egg, but not necessarily have it go where I could then pick it up. I could set up a builder that would run every single time, that would just break every block, harvest it, and that would probably get me the egg. Let me just go clear out my bag there and we can test that out. See if we can actually get the egg with the quarry. Oh, but then there's also the drops. How would we collect the drops? Well, I suppose if we have the quarry just grabbing everything, then the drop would naturally fall. Man, we're lagging something fierce here. Thought we crashed for a moment there. Still good? We're still good there. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, so all right, let me see here. 14, so let's say 15, so it'd be 30, 31, 31 by 31. And also go with 31 here for that, just why not? I'll move this up to 10. Let's see how that affects things. Okay, we were too high up. Not really expecting that. Looks like just 4. Move it down by 5. Should make up for that. So 5. Good, 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 good. And the dragon egg is in that space. Okay, will this get us the dragon egg? Should net us 2 dragon eggs. It looks like the bottom of these pillars are where the thing ends, so that's good to note. That got us one dragon egg. I'm not sure what happened to the second one. Was it in there and I just missed it? No, that only netted one dragon egg. Do I now have an additional one here? Well, that's a confusing result. How did that happen? Did it itemize and not... Alright, we do that? We're gonna have to test this again. I need to turn this on first. Turn off my ring just so I can kind of see where things drop. We got a whole bunch of things on that. That's... Oh, the slabs are gone! Oh, that means that that is not a safe spot for them. Okay, well... Oop, oop. Okay, well... Okay, so we got the egg here, and the other egg is up here. Okay. My magnetic ring. Turn this on. There's no eggs in here currently, right? Yes. So... uh-oh. So... Just grab one of these, toss this into... That's the wrong one. Need one more geared for a backpack. Sure. Okay, so it did get them both. And to my surprise, this did not completely fill up. Awesome. Oop, it's finished. There we go. So, yes, that is a way to get the dragon eggs then. I want to take a break. I'm tired. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end the stream here, and then I'm gonna go take a break, do something else for a little while. Bell itemized. That's interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay. So yeah, thank you for watching. Um, have a good evening. I might continue streaming later tonight or tomorrow, depending, and we'll work on this dragon thing a bit more. Yes. Anyway, have a good one. Ending